matchups. Texas Stadium, San Francisco and Dallas. One of the keys, the offensive line for the Cowboys, and their line coach is Hudson Houck. And we had a chance to eavesdrop a little bit earlier.
Remember one thing. How did he feel after this game last year? Think back. How did he feel? What do we got?
Start fast on three, baby. Start fast on three. 1, 2, 3. Stop fast.
That whole offensive line possibly could be in the Pro Bowl for the NFC. They're that good. The 49ers will have first crack at it, however, as Dexter Carter, just signed last week, a former 49er, gets the opening kickoff, and the Dallas team does its job on coverage. Charlie Williams down to make the stop. Elvis Gerbach opens at quarterback behind this somewhat makeshift offensive line. Strafford, Cipolo, Oates, Rod Milstead, and Harris Barton. Steve Wallace will not play. Derek Lavelle, Adam Walker with a broken thumb will open at fullback. Taylor, Rice, and Brent Jones the receivers. Elvis Gerbach, 6'5", 220 pounds. This is Derek Lavelle. The 49ers sweep gets 5. Brock Marion up to make the stop.
Deion Sanders lines up on Jerry Rice on the first play, Pat. And one thing about Deion Sanders, he is physical on the line of scrimmage. And I'll tell you another thing about Jerry Rice. He is also physical.
And he is an excellent blocker.
And you have to remember, just on that play was going away from those two guys.
Wait till they come at him.
Now we'll be talking.
Two tight ends for the 49ers now, 2nd and 7. Gerbach to throw it. Wide open is Jerry Rice, and off to the races is Jerry Rice. Rice, touchdown from Gerbach. .81 yards.
That's the thing we say, you have to get the ball to Jerry Rice. That's about the Cowboy offense, but Jerry Rice is still the best wide receiver that ever played in this game. I think he's heard enough about the Cowboys, and he's heard what they were going to do, and this team's down and that team's down. But there's one player that came out on this field fired up today. It was Jerry Rice.
And you always talk about, when you talk about Rice, the length of the run after the catch. That was an 8-yard pass. And a run after the catch of 73 yards. Jeff Wilkins, newly signed this week for the extra point. And let's look at that touchdown again.
Well, he's going to start off. He's here in the slot. Now Deion Sanders is not on him. This is a form of zone. Now, anytime Jerry Rice catches a ball, he wants to catch it on the run, and the next thing he does is run straight up the field. He doesn't go sideways. He doesn't look at the sidelines. He doesn't do anything. He runs right towards and at the end zone. Look at Charles Haley here coming on this rush. He starts on an inside rush. He got to Elvis Gerbach just as he got that ball to Jerry Rice.
If it had been more than an 8-yard pass, he would not have thrown it.
See, and again, this was the zone defense. What you see Darren Smith, the linebacker, was the first guy that is supposed to reroute him, and get him going in a different direction. But once Jerry Rice got inside of Darren Smith, Elvis Gerbach hit him, like you said, about 8 yards, and he just took off right up through a zone defense.
If you're pursuing Jerry Rice, you better make sure you have the right angle.
He's not the fastest guy in the league. In fact, they always talked about the speed of Jerry Rice, but I've never seen anyone catch him from behind.
I haven't either. I saw him lose the ball a couple of times.
Sandy! Look, they all come out for this one, don't they? I'll tell you, when someone scores a touchdown, you're liable to see anyone down there.
So the 49ers will kick it off. Wilkins to kick off. Jeff Wilkins, Deion Sanders, and Brock Marion are deep. Kevin Williams fields the kick, and Kevin gets to about the 26 before he's taken down by Chris Thomas. And let's look at the Cowboy offense. They're behind 7-0, led by Troy Aikman. That huge veteran, good offensive line in front of him. Tuinei, Newton, Donaldson, Allen, and Williams. Emmett Smith will be deep. Darrell Johnston, the blocker. Kevin Williams, Michael Irvin, and Jay Novacek. Weapons everywhere. They're going to need them.
Well, that Jerry Rice could line up a play. Everyone kind of sitting here wondering what was going to happen, waiting for the Cowboys to get it on it. And boom, he just lit up this play.
Winded it down in a hurry. Aikman's going to throw. Blitz coming. He had to get rid of it. Blitz off the corner by Marquez Pope. He was in Aikman's face quickly.
You have to knock Troy Aikman down, and they wanted to do it on the first play.
Here is the 49er defense. Jackson, Stubblefield, Bryant Young, and Dennis Brown, the front four. Plummer, Norton, and Woodall, three fine linebackers. Marquez Pope, who just blitzed. Merton Hanks and Tim McDonald, the safeties. And Eric Davis.
Here's where you see Marquez Pope is number 23, lined up like he's going to cover as a corner, and just blitzes from that position, but lets Troy Aikman know that they're going to come from every position today.
2nd and 10. Aikman. Irving lost it. Hanks picked it up. Hanks headed for the end zone. Another touchdown for San Francisco. Boy, you said in the beginning they have to get some turnovers, and they have struck in a hurry.
It's exactly what happened last year. Look, we talked about last year. The Cowboys had 5 turnovers. And those 5 turnovers turned into 21 points for the 49ers. I think Barry Switzer's in shock. I think this whole crowd is in shock.
Should be. 36-yard return by Merton Hanks. Watch it again.
You see Michael Irvin catches the ball on Marquez Pope. Marquez Pope knocked that ball out of there. And it was a fumble. Merton Hanks was right there to pick it up and run it in. The one thing the 49ers were going to do is they wanted to hit or be near or knock Troy Aikman down on every pass.
Wilkins' extra point is good, and it's 14-0 with 13:36 left to play in the first quarter.
That's the reason you play him. Who would have thought this?
The Dallas trainers taking a look at Troy Aikman's left leg. He was hit hard, remember, on that blitz by Pope.
He's looking at that knee right there. He's pointing to a position there.
Yep. He was hit on a blitz by Marcus Pope on the first play. Had to dump the ball off, and then the second one was complete to Michael Irvin, who fumbled, and Merton Hanks, who lives in Dallas, from Dallas, played high school football in Dallas, returned it for the touchdown from 36 yards away. Is it loose?
You know, and this is just how the championship game started.
Exactly.
Remember the Troy Aikman threw an interception. That was to Eric Davis. He scored a touchdown. Again, we talked about how they had 5 turnovers in that game. 49ers got way out in front of them early in the game, and the Cowboys had to fight back the entire game. Darn near went back to win it.
Wilkins to kick it off. Kevin Williams at the 2 will return it. He is dragged down at about the 16 by Steve Israel. I'd like to welcome those of you watching Tampa Bay and Detroit, Carolina, St. Louis, to Texas Stadium, where that score is correct. San Francisco 14, Dallas nothing, and that time is correct too. 13:28 left in the first quarter.
Well, they did check Troy Aikman out. He came out, they checked his knee out, and then they put everything back together, and he's in there now.
1st and 10 from the 17. Emmett Smith is deep. The handoff to Emmett Smith. Nothing. maybe a yard. Ricky Jackson to make the stop.
Up to the 19-yard line.
Rice, 81 yards from Gerbach. On an 8-yard pass that Rice took 73. Aikman complete pass to Michael Irvin. He fumbled. And Merton Hanks picked it up and went in from 36 yards away. 2nd and 8 here now as Emmitt Smith got 2. Aikman to throw it. Novacek. Not much. Tim McDonald with him quickly. Took him down.
Yeah, one of the things, the last 2 games that they played, Emmitt Smith didn't have over 100 yards in either one of them, and I think part of the secret to keeping Emmitt Smith down is getting ahead, you know, and make the Cowboys feel like they have to throw all the time.
3rd and 4. Third down conversions, 45%, the 5th best in the NFL. 14-0. San Francisco leads Dallas. Aikman throws. Pass is intercepted by Norton. Ricky Jackson, I beg your pardon.
And they're starting this game just like we talked about, just like the championship game. If the 49ers are going to win, so far in this first quarter, they've done everything that they have to. These are the kinds of things they had to do. They cause a fumble. They run it in. Gerbach gets the ball to Jerry Rice, and now we just see Ricky Jackson come up with an interception.
Ricky Jackson, of course, was a linebacker for most of his years. Now he's playing defensive end, so he's familiar with this kind of thing.
Well, you're going to see him. He starts out here like he's going to rush, and then he just drops back.
Yeah.
That's one of those zone blitzes. He was up in a position to rush, and he dropped back, and I think Aikman expected him to rush.
Derek Lavelle on 1st and 10 for San Francisco, gets inside the 25.
Let's just look at Ricky Jackson. This is usually his rush position. He rushes over Eric Williams there, and you're going to see instead of rushing there, see Eric Williams expects him to rush. He just drops back, and he gets into that slant area. He gets between Troy Aikman and Michael Irvin. That was a good defense, a good defensive call by the coordinator, Pete Carroll.
Totally unexpected by Troy Aikman.
We're seeing more and more of that in this league, of zone blitzes where linemen drop off into pass coverage.
Here's Elvis Gerbach to throw it. Open inside the 10 is Ted Popson, I believe. Yes. One of the 2 tight ends. Those of you watching Atlanta and Buffalo, welcome to Texas Stadium, where it's the 49ers 14, Dallas nothing. And the 49ers have it 1st and goal at the Dallas 9.
You know, one thing you never want to do is give a young quarterback confidence early, and the Cowboys have done that with Elvis Gerbach. He is full of confidence now.
Dexter Carter split wide to the left. That was Lavelle in motion. Incomplete. Gerbach rushed by Russell Maryland. Had to hurry.
Because the 49ers came into this thing, and you know, and everyone was expecting it with, you know, all the injuries. William Floyd is out, and Steve Young. They don't have this guy and that guy, and they thought that they would just, you know, just give up this game, just go on. But they don't have that idea the way they're playing this first quarter.
They're tired of people talking about them and talking down to them, the 49ers, that we're a one-man team. Steve Young. Gerbach gives to Derek Lavelle. He gets to about the 7, stopped by Darren Smith. It'll be 3rd and goal from there.
You know, the one thing you have to remember is that their defense is #1, and defense can make things happen and score touchdowns, and that's what they've done thus far. You look at George Seifert. It was ironic. We thought that he'd be kind of tight yesterday, but he was very relaxed, wasn't he?
Steve Young behind him talking to him.
Gardner hit him in the face.
Yeah. 3rd and goal at the 8. Here's Gerbach to throw it. Rice off his fingertips and out of the end zone. He had him.
Well, that's the one we're waiting for. You know, when you get down there for the touchdown, there's Deion Sanders against Jerry Rice. That's the matchup. There's Jerry Rice. There's Deion. Again, Deion Sanders very physical at the line of scrimmage, but Jerry Rice can also be very physical. Now, had Gerbach gotten that ball there a little sooner, that could have been a touchdown.
It surely could have. It still could have been. New kicker Jeff Wilkins with Elvis Gerbach holding. Wilkins just signed. 26-yard field goal makes it 17-0. The 49ers over the Cowboys with still over 10 minutes left to play in the first quarter.